know if I want to put you, like, how much of my business I want to put y'all in, but I guess we just go ahead and put it out there. Hey y'all, it's Cheryl KB, and B is for Bobby. Butte, not beauty, just Butte. I first want to welcome anybody that's new to the channel. Let me just say that first. For anyone who is here consistently looking for my content, Cody is right here. If you hear noise or see a tail wagging or anything, of course, okay ma'am, she's trying to find a spot. But I wanted to say it has been like 2 months, I think, maybe even 3 months since we've done a budget and plan with me, and that will not happen again. I should not have done that. Number one, because I need to be consistent here on YouTube. I've been saying for, I think, the entire 2024 that I wanted to be more consistent on YouTube, and I have been more than I have last year, but not as much as I should have. So we're going to talk about that. Also, of course, we're going to talk about work, finances, fitness, and mental health. Okay, so feel free to subscribe. I would really appreciate it if you joined me and all of my beauties here on the channel. But yeah, let's get into it. So I might be looking down at my phone. Y'all, right now it's literally 9:50 at night on December 13th. So I'm gonna try my best to get this up as soon as possible, but I told myself today it's gonna be the last day. So let's go ahead and start off with social media. And speaking of, I don't know if I want to put you, like, how much of my business I want to put y'all in, but I guess we just go ahead and put it out there, since I want to, you know, to like build more community on YouTube. I haven't shared this anywhere yet, but I am meeting with an influencer agency next week. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna come of it, but the meeting is on the calendar. And then I'm not gonna share that part. But 2025, we got some really big goals. But let's go over what has happened over the past 60 days or so. So I got my biggest brand deal. I do think I shared that on YouTube. It wasn't a budget and plan with me video, it was a vlog. So if you're not tuned into the vlogs, make sure you're watching those, because sometimes I do share information there. But yeah, I secured my biggest brand deal. I negotiated by myself. I was proud, and I still honestly think that I could have asked for way more than I got, but it is what it is. You live and you learn. I have been consistent on TikTok and YouTube, not so much in the past month or so. I was really letting like doubt and fear and what's the word, insecurity get to me. Now mind you, me, my personality, my editing skills, my consistency, everything that I have within me has gotten me to where I am now. Not just the numbers, but the community, the engagement, everything that I have. But for some reason, over the past like 6 weeks or so, I was feeling so insecure about my content, like comparing myself, telling myself that, oh, it's not good, I gotta take down all of my videos. I even asked ChatGPT, I'm gonna put it in here. I said, I am an influencer, I'm trying to grow in my career. Should I take down all of my old videos that don't necessarily represent where I am and where I'm trying to go? Because there are some videos that I don't regret, because again, they provided me with people who support me, people who think I'm funny, people who love my content. But also at the same time, I'm trying to find the balance between being professional, because I don't want to be online giving something that brands don't want to partner with. Sometimes it feels like it's a thin line between y'all know what I'm trying to say. So just trying to find that balance between being myself and being authentic, but also showing up in a way that brands and companies still want to partner with me. So I'm still kind of working on that and just trying to figure out where I want to go. Now I know for the future, and we'll talk about this in another video, I still want to talk about the same things. So faith, family, mental health, personal finance, career, all things, all of those. but I can say over the last like 6 to 8 weeks or so, I have not been planning my content. I should have been doing that. I just been posting on a whim, and I've still been getting pretty good engagement, but probably not as much as I could have if I had strategy. Let me go get my book. Okay, so this is, I don't know if I shared this with y'all, but this is my content journal. And this is they have these in Target. This is actually from a black woman. I used to work with her at Target. It's called Be Rooted Company, but I have been like writing some content in here. I even wrote, I think it was like a letter to myself. But whenever I meet with brands, you know, I write down the logistics of the brand deal that they're asking me for. I'm keeping track of, you know, like what I'm making. I think I did it for November as well. Oh no, I even have it for October. So I was doing a little bit. Let me give myself some more credit. I planned out some TikToks, but in the future, and I also have written down some companies that I wanted to pitch to. So that is what this book is for. If you want to be a content creator and get into social media, I definitely recommend you having a book just for content, again, so that you can be keeping track of your goals, how much you're making, who you're pitching to, all of those different things. 10 out of 10 recommend. And then also, y'all know the big pink planner. We're almost done with her for the year, and I wanted to show y'all my new planner that I got for 2025. I'm excited about this. I haven't started it just yet because it does start in January, and I need to, because there are some dates in January that I should be keeping track of. But yeah, the past I would say since October, and we're in December now, they've been okay. I would give it a 7 out of 10, and I'm trying to give 10 out of 10, 10s across the board. But I'm showing myself grace. Y'all know that has been my theme over the last 6 months, of just living life with grace and doing what I can, and I know that I'm capable of doing more. So let's talk about work or career. So if you don't know, I am a project manager. I'm PMP certified. I've been a project manager for about 7 years now. I'm 30 years old, so I've been in my career since I was 22 years old, 22, 23. And recently I decided that I want to take things up a notch in my career as well. And I know that's going to be tough for me going forward, since, you know, content creation and social media is ramping up. But I want to be a real, like, the job that I have now, I'm doing a lot of like ad hoc work. It feels like I'm not doing core project management. I'm doing a little bit of product ownership. I'm doing a little bit of project management. I'm doing a little bit of whatever they just throw on my plate. And I want a role where I'm just doing one or the other. I've been a product owner and I've been a project manager. If I could be an IT project manager, that would be great. I do have an interview next week just to talk about a senior product owner role or something like that, technical something. I don't know. But they are asking if I would go on site twice a week or something like that. So if the coin is hitting, and I had to be making significantly more than what I'm making now. So if they talking like 140, 150 up there, for sure, I think I'll go into the office for that. But also at the same time, I'm always thinking about like long term, because I'm pretty sure this will be a contract. So I would have to give up my full-time job, my benefits, my 401k that I just enrolled in, my vacation time, and work from home. And you trying to pay me the same thing or less than what I make? It? Absolutely not. So I've still been, you know, applying to jobs. I'm always active on LinkedIn. I always tell any and everybody who asks me about being a project manager or growing in their career, you need to be on LinkedIn. No shade to any of the other, you know, job platforms, but LinkedIn is where I found all of my success in my roles. So I'm gonna maintain the things that I've been doing, and just, you know, continue to go down that journey. And if I'm meant to have something else, then I'm gonna have it. Next, let's get into fitness. Again, I have not been consistent in the gym over the past month, and I don't know if I feel so bad about that, because it's okay to take a break, especially when everything else in your life is going crazy. I'm trying to find a balance with that as well, because it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Like, is your life crazy because it's not set up the way that it should be, so everything else looks crazy? And when I say set up the way that it should be, again, we'll talk about this in another video, but I'm saying in terms of you planning out, okay, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna do this is gonna look like this, like telling yourself, here's what we're gonna do, instead of just letting the day happen to you. I feel like that's kind of what I've been doing. Also, I have not been consistent with my nightly routine. So, of course, if you don't go to bed on time, or if you up chit-chatting or kikiing or doing things with your husband, then you might not wake up on time. And yeah, I have not been waking up on time, so I haven't been making this to the gym. And I went to the gym a couple days ago, and I was like, wow, I miss this feeling. Like, I miss, you know, like working out, because working out definitely helps and affects my mental health. Like, if I go and I get those endorphins and that serotonin and that rush, you know, that you get after working out, I always feel 5 times, 10 times better after I leave the gym. And then my day is just set up better than what it would be if I didn't work out. So I am gonna get back on that wagon. We'll talk about that in the next video in terms of planning my workouts. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do 75 hard, but I am gonna plan my workouts for the rest of the year. I know that. And another thing that I wanted y'all like insight or advice on, I'm trying to figure out if I want to join or stay with the gym. So I have 2 gym memberships. One is with, you know, the cheap gym, and then the other one is with a more fancy gym. But I find that I'm not really taking advantage of all the benefits of the fancy gym. Of course, because they have multiple locations, pools, saunas, hot tubs, classes, and I haven't done any of it. So I'm like, maybe I'm not like a gym rat like that, to where I need to be, I'm gonna be in a gym for hours at a time and doing all of those things, and that's okay. Maybe I'm just like a maintenance, go get my 35-45 minute workout in with my strength training and go home. That's okay too. So I'm not sure. I would like to make the decision, of course, before the end of the year, so that I'm not just paying for the other membership if I'm not using it. And that's another thing, the cheap gym membership is $100. The other fancy gym membership is $40 a month plus $100 yearly fee plus, you know, whatever else they throw on. I think that's it, because I paid the startup fee, but a lot more expensive. So I don't know, what would y'all do? Mental health, this is new. I haven't really talked about it much in the budget and plan with me videos, but I have, you know, been opening up more about my mental health and my diagnosis, which, if you don't know, it is borderline personality disorder. I recently started medication for it, and I have not been consistent with that. I fear, oh my goodness, this video is so vulnerable of me just sharing all of my inconsistencies. But we're gonna do better. So I for like the first month I was taking my medicine consistently, but then I started to feel like the whole faith thing, you know, because people were saying, I've heard multiple people say, and I plan to talk about this in the future as well, because I don't want this video to be too long, but people will say, oh, that's a demon, ain't nothing wrong with you, you know, like things like that. So then I started feeling like, well, maybe I can do this. Maybe I don't need to be on this. And then I was right back to doing the things that I was doing. And when I say doing the things, I mean like being rude, being nasty, irritable, short temper. And I don't want to be like that. So I know me, and the people that are closest to me know me. So it's best that I do what my doctor is telling me, so that I can be the best me possible. And look, you know, like I think maybe that's part of the reason why, you know, I was feeling so insecure, like when I was inconsistent on my medicine, because I wasn't feeling like that when I was taking it consistently. And one of the symptoms of BPD is like a altered sense of reality. So everyone around me could be saying like, oh, your content is great, I love, you know, your personality, and I'm on the inside, I always hear in my brain, I always feel like I'm not doing enough, nobody's gonna like this, nobody's gonna like me, you know. So I just need to get back to being consistent with my medication. And I don't desire for this to be, you know, like a super long-term thing. I want to get to the point again where I can be consistent enough with all my routines. So that means waking up, taking my medicine, eating a good breakfast, going for a walk, spending time with my pets, spending time with my family, and then, you know, it will alter my brain chemistry to where I don't struggle so much as I do now. So that is, you know, like the gist. I've kind of been going through a lot, like personally, but also professionally too, which is why I've been a tad bit inconsistent, but we're here, we showed up. If this video is not up on December 14th, I owe everybody who watches this $1,000, and I don't have $1,000 for all of y'all, so we know this video is gonna be up. Oh, that's another thing that we didn't even talk about, the finances. We didn't talk about the finances, I don't think, and we need to, because the finances haven't been financing like that. As I've said with everything else, I have not been following a budget. Don't ask me why, because I still got hella credit card debt. But you know what? The first 8, 9 months of the year, I was going hard. I was doing my budget. I was looking at my bank accounts every day. I was, you know, like planning. But then I started getting a little bit ahead of myself. I started getting too big for my britches. And it shows, because the bank statements are bank statementing. Yeah, I spent like thousands more than I won't say I should have, because again, I kind of went back and forth about this. Like, I have done really well this year between my job, like my professional career as a project manager, but also social media. So I've made a lot of money. I also put $25,000 towards my credit card debt. So I started off the year with $40,000, or it was like 39 something. And with all of the interest that I paid and just paying off the cards in itself, by the end of the year it'll be like $25,000. So that is great. That is great. Not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people can say that. So I am super grateful. But also, I have to be honest about the fact that it could have been $30,000 if I wanted it to be. But I bought clothes, I bought shoes. We didn't really take any vacations like that, but we bought food. We just, you know, like enjoyed life. So on one hand, again, like, it's okay to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I'm not one of those girls that's gonna tell you, or that's even gonna tell myself, like, you know how Dave Ramsey tells people, like, oh, you need to be eating beans and rice and beans. I don't eat beans. I don't like beans. I never have, I never will. So I'm not eating no rice and beans. Now, can I eat most of my meals at home? Can we cook at home versus going to Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Papa John's like we just did tonight? Yes, for sure. And that's gonna be in my plans for the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna do another budget and plan with me video for the rest of the year, because I wanted to catch y'all up on like where I've been in my progress over the past few months. But then we're also gonna do like 2025 goals, 2025 planning, yearly reset, all the whole nine. But yeah, it's about finding the balance. I don't want to be too far to the left, but I also don't want to be too far to the right. Like, I don't want to be not spending anything and then I'm gonna be miserable. But I also don't want to be blowing all of my money to the point where I'm living paycheck to paycheck, or, you know, like I don't have savings. I'm just blowing everything. I don't want to do that either. I want to be right in the middle. So yeah, I think we've covered just about everything that we're gonna cover in this video, because I've been talking for 14 minutes now. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. Let me know what you think. You know, I asked you a couple questions, so please, let's talk about it in the comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I love like seeing our, and I say our because I love, especially on Instagram, TikTok, but here on YouTube as well, like when people tell me that they enjoy watching my content, it really does help me. It really does, honestly. So please consider subscribing to the channel and follow me on Instagram, TikTok, even though it might be going away, I don't know, but follow me just in case. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Ciao.